don't like it.
Don't like a twirler with a fork?
It's fine. I'm just not the biggest fan. I like other pasta better.
What the heck? What's your favorite pasta then?
Huh?
What's your favorite pasta?
I think it's called like fusilli or something. It's like the pretty short, like twisty one.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are nice because the sauce gets in all the layers and stuff. I really like ravioli too, but that's kind of like a different genre of pasta.
Genre. Okay. Good talk.
Yeah.
Okay. T1 have picked their first pick, but they're on blue side.
Yes.
What does it mean?
Well, BNK had right of first selection after losing game 1, and they chose to pick second. And so T1 said, cool story, bro, or BNK in this case. I will choose blue side and have first pick.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So coming in through the bans, it is once again going to be... Oh, there's no Bard band. Oh.
Well.
Oh, well.
All right, so our next series is Bro versus KT. We'll see you guys after the break to jump.
No, guys, they're going to deny it. They're going to pick it themselves.
They probably
So we saw the Malphite Yunara ban again. Pantheon was taken away this time. So Akali got left open, and they took away the Ambessa instead of the Bard. Xin Zhao instantly prioritized here for owner. And BNK FEARX are going to pick Aphelios Bard. Interesting. Lucian Bard is a weird combo.
To be fair to owner as well, I mean, this is one of his giga picks. It's just that Bard is a bit more flashy, and Keria makes these incredible plays. Owner does as well.
See, no.
But it's Xin Zhao. It's a very different
Don't pick Jarvan into Bard. That's...
Maybe they don't know.
You don't.
That he likes to play Bard.
You don't pick Jarvan. The whole point is when you do Cataclysm, he does the Bard ult. Like, people ban Bard when they pick Jarvan because he ults when you ult. So it's just stasis. I don't know if you know this, Brendan. I don't know if you're aware of this, but Keria is somewhat known for his Bard play. Honestly, it'd be so based if Keria was like, I don't even need my Bard. He doesn't. He's just going to pick Thresh. Wow.
All right. Fantastic read from BNK saying there's no way you play Bard here in game 2.
Yeah. Well, he's got Thresh here, so, you know, he can just lantern you out of the Cataclysm. Yeah.
I thought he was just going to play Lulu and just kind of call it a day.
I thought he was just going to play Bard, but Thresh Aphelios is pretty good.
Weird that you would think that. I think BNK didn't think that was going to happen either.
Yeah. I guess they just saw through it. Lucian Milio, pretty strong lane. Obviously, also the ult, pretty effective against the Thresh. If that's one of your main sources of getting in is the hook, you obviously have that ult that can deny that later on. And also, you're kind of lacking for engage for T1 because, you know, the Xin Zhao is not super reliable. The death sentence from the Thresh can now be mitigated by the Milio. So the Lucian's got a lot of free real estate in this game. Gwen going to get banned away. Denying the Gwen Xin Zhao combo. Great call. Great move. Love to see it.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty nice for them to deny that one. And we're just waiting for this final ban here for BNK. I do wonder what they are going to target. Will it be another Doran pick? I mean, the Gwen is kind of like, okay, this is kind of like, maybe they're just going to go Renekton.
Yeah, that could happen. Also, you know what pick I feel like has been seeing some success recently is Rek'Sai, especially in the later stages of the game. It's been kind of doing well, but I wouldn't want to play Rek'Sai into Thresh. That sounds miserable. So don't do that. But we'll see. I mean, to be fair, if you find a flank angle, it's okay.
Oh.
They will ban it, so won't get a chance to. Here for BNK FEARX, expect a mid laner to be picked up. Aurora is still available as an option. A lot of the higher prior mids have just kind of been whittled down. They're just going to go Sion, though. So saving the pick for Vikla. And even though BNK FEARX, who picked second pick...
Is it Vayne top?
Not doing counter pick.
Is it time for Vayne top?
No, probably not.
Okay. I was just asking. I mean, it might have been time.
Could go
I guess
Zehen
it's not time.
here. If you want to be less interesting, you could just go...
Cassante.
Yeah, Cassante. I mean, so far, BNK FEARX do kind of lack damage to cut through a Cassante, so you could just go that and be a brick wall.
Yeah.
But also, Zehen does kind of, if he gets rolling, become very hard to kill. It is the Aurora. We presume for Faker, that could also be Flex, though, so we'll see what they're going to lock in here.
I love this shot where it's Doran in the foreground, Faker right behind it, and it's Yone. And, you know, we don't know 100% which is going where, and that makes this job for Vikla a little bit more difficult as well.
Yeah, kind of keeps them guessing a little bit as to who's going where. But 2 threats that can be a bit hard to deal with, and 2 picks that can be a bit of a nuisance in the side lane. Scout of the Week, good value here, that's for sure.
They don't have any consistent damage, Ox.
Yeah, but no one on T1's that tanky, so I don't think it's that much of a concern. I think it would have been a concern if they had something bulkier, but...
I mean, I've played against some Yones in solo queue that feels like they can live through anything.
That's true. If Yone gets ahead, he's a little bit annoying. And by a little bit annoying, I mean incredibly frustrating to play against, and I don't want to play against him. Yeah. But I think that is one of the things that really this draft hinges on for BNK FEARX. You have a Syndra and a Lucian who, if they're ahead, you're going to feel fine. If they fall behind, and especially when you're playing into like an Aurora and a Yone who take up a lot of space when they're being proactive with their ultimates. If Lucian or Syndra fall behind, you got no gas in the tank. You're just going to fall apart. So it's really important that these 2 picks find value in the early game and get a bit ahead, right? Just don't fall behind. Just don't fall significantly behind.
Just don't.
Just don't lose.
Yeah.
That's you know what?
Kill the enemy nexus. Don't lose your nexus. And you'll end up winning more often than not.
This is good advice.
Does look like we're ready to go. T1 versus BNK, game number 2.
I was so convinced he was going to play Bard.
Yeah. I mean, his Thresh is also ridiculous. I don't remember exactly when it was, but there was one game where I remember saying, are we just going to have to permaban Thresh against him too? And it's kind of insane what he's able to do on this champ. So, excited. You know, we see a lot of carry a Bard. How about a little more carry a Thresh?
Well, actually, so far this season, he's played 1 Bard game and 1 Thresh game, so...
Yeah, I meant in his career.
Okay.
Yeah, not this season.
Okay.
Not this LCK Cup.
Thank you for clarifying.
Not this 2 weeks that we've had so far.
I'm glad we could clear that up.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Doesn't it feel like this has been going on for a decent amount of time, but it's only been 2 weeks? Or do you think, in your mind, it's actually been pretty short so far?
It's felt like about 2 weeks.
All right. I'm glad I could figure that out.
Glad I could end that conversation. Carrier just keeps whipping Kellen quite successfully, so getting some good autos in. The Lucian Milio not having so much pressure right now. Oh no.
Just don't get hooked. That is the strategy. But Keria doesn't like that strategy, and he's going to land those more often than not.
Skill level 1, because I haven't seen him shield yet, I don't think. Or did he, and I missed it? Am I blind?
Maybe it was on cooldown. Maybe, you know, we hopped to mid, maybe use something and then...
Oh, there, he shielded. But he is level 2 now, so I don't know. Either way.
Suspicious.
Maybe I can blame the skin and say it's the skin's fault.
Is that a Christmas tree on his back?
Well, they just panned away, so I don't know now. Now I'm interested.
Answer the question.
Why wouldn't you say that before? player is having a lot of fun. You know, this is what you get. You get one Rumble game where you have a good time. Sion duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like Sion in a lot of matchups is generally okay, but not this one early on, as there's the stun into Faker, and Faker trying to hold onto his flash, uses it at the last moment, and does get away, but a nice little gank here from Raptor. Oh, gets the root onto Diablo and then just hits the hook on a Kellen, actually, who does get quite low, has to heal. And guess who's here? It's Owner.
Yeah, they're looking for a dive here. And heal down on Kellen, he's a pretty easy target.
All right, they're going to be looking for him for sure. Just dashes on in. There it is. First blood given over to Owner, as he's not quite able to get onto the Lantern. Looks like maybe it was kind of behind the turret, so he couldn't quite click it.
Yeah, Kellen went for the Q early to try and disrupt, and it was a good dodge from Owner there. Good pressure from Carrier leading to that kill. Didn't Faker get like a really cool Yone skin for being finals MVP? Not using it, by the way, in case you're wondering. This is a great hook. Set this up. And then, so here was the moment where Kellen, he goes for the Q, because you can see Owner stacking the Q on the wave for the knock-up, and Kellen's like, ow, oh, sidestep, knock-up, gone. And then Devil flashes to try and burst him down and doesn't get it. But yeah, as I was saying, didn't Faker get like, you know how they get the, if you're MVP, you get like the extra skin?
Yeah.
And Faker, didn't he get like a really cool Yone skin? But he's not using it to no one's.
Of course he's not.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring it up, because I was thinking about the fact that he obviously got that cool skin.
Well, not meant to be. I was busy looking at Melio. I think he does have a Christmas tree on his back, but I'm not 100% sure.
Isn't that is it a Christmas tree?
I thought it was a snowman at first, but it kind of lacks some of the...
We need him to stop moving. He's bouncing so jauntily. Stand still.
He's really enjoying himself.
Carrier, hook him so he stands still.
But then he might be facing the wrong way if he's facing Carrier.
True, actually.
Little stun comes in here. Faker going to get the power unleashed onto him and just poke him with the sword and walk away.
Fleet footwork, Darn Shield, second wind.
And an unwavering spirit.
Oh, nice dodge there, though.
Yeah. He's got his 2-3 available. Goes through.
You know, sometimes you phase tank and sustain, and sometimes you just dodge.
I think one of the most annoying parts of Yone in the lane is that he just doesn't have any sort of energy. Like, no mana, no energy, nothing, right?
I think Vikla autoed him and his health went up. Oh, man.
And Raptors trying to declare.
I'm not sure about this one.
Yeah, but they're going to move up.
Okay, the back end of Vikla is going to make the difference.
Yeah. You just say, well, okay.
Oh.
It's an igloo.
Is that a...
It's an igloo with Christmas decoration.
A little seal in.
Yeah.
That's adorable. Wow,
that's amazing. I think that is the correct Melio skin. That was, you know how like there are correct skins.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad we could see that, because that would have... Well, look at it. You can see it like poking his head out.
What is the seal's name though? Is it just there?
I don't know.
It's just hanging out?
That's something we really need to... Oh, he shoots it when he fires his Q! That's great. That's good to know.
Uh-oh. Little fake around there.
Oh,
Kellen not expecting that in the close range hook. And Kellen doesn't even...
Wait, look!
He doesn't even flash or heal or anything.
It was just blinking.
Oh. Where is it?
It's just like...
It's gone.
It rolled backwards inside the...
Oh. Maybe it went to sleep.
Yeah.
Faker is in a lot of trouble here. Is going to try to seal the fate of himself. And does go down, so the follow-up gank there is good.
Yeah, good gank there. Trying to mitigate the pressure. Just being set up by the bot lane. You know, T1's bot lane getting further and further ahead. Raptor trying to make things happen in mid lane in return. Oh, good ult.
Yeah, Owner going in on that one. The Cataclysm actually keeps Vikla outside of the challenge, but he is going to go down regardless. As Owner says, you can't take my Raptors. And Raptor says, I am Raptor.
That is exactly what he said. This was great from Kerry though. Walks up and Diablo Kellen tries to find space in return. And then here, flays him. Kellen tries to hug the wall to throw him off, thinking he's gonna like hook to the right, and he just hooks left, grabs him.
Yeah.
And now Pei's getting pretty fed as a result. Here though, this was just, you know, Faker uses his Q, ends up getting caught immediately after it. And then Raptor also blocking the ult so he can't get away, flashless still. This is good play for the mid jungle of BNK FEARX. And important to make sure that Syndra is strong. Unfortunately, bot lane not going as well.
Bot lane not going as well. Top lane not going as well.
I mean, it's Sion. He's going to get Koenig Rukin. That's what I'm not as bothered about the tank being behind.
I just like when carries get free lanes. You know, it feels like the tanks aren't just allowed to exist and not be punished.
Yeah.
Like, even though Sion is down on farm, I'm more so focused on the fact that Doran gets free farm on Aurora, and that's going to be very nice. Probably not a lot of kills there, though. As we got the stun combo into Owner, he just kind of goes in, does not have his ult, just wants to get the kill here on a Vikla, and uses his flash to make that happen.
Wow.
And by make that happen, I mean him dying.
Yeah, Vikla didn't have ult yet. It just came up now. So I was thinking maybe there's a window to find something, but Owner gets punished.
All right, well, Diablo's going in on this one, and there is the play. This time, Diablo flashes forward. He wants the kill, and he will have it. As there's the ult down to Diablo as well. Should be totally fine in the 2v2 trade afterwards.
Played that one so aggressive there and ends up paying off. I think the big thing was Kellen having the level 6 available, and it's so hard as a thresh there because you're looking for a hook potentially is the main thing that could disengage that play. But you have the ult from the Milio, so even if it lands, you wouldn't really be able to do anything. And if Diablo's willing to commit flash to the play, there's just really not much you can do to peel. Knowing the limits to champion. And we said we needed the mid and AD carry to be strong here. So picking up those kills, definitely a big boon for BNK FEARX. We'll see the replay mid. This was just Owner face checking. And he's like, oh, I guess I will jump in. Faker's ult's not quite available.
Faker's dead, by the way, again.
That was a solo kill.
And now Raptor is 4-0.
You know, I was talking about the mid and AD carry.
Yeah.
I'm like, those are the main damage sources. But if you get this fed on Jarvan, it's like, well, he's the carry.
Yeah. At least for like the early to mid game, he's going to be very strong. Sunderskied finished. I mean, same for Owner.
2 levels up. Okay, he's actually like a level and a bit up on Owner, but still, it feels very scary.
Just trying to be up a bit more once Vikla gets over here. There it is, trying to punish Owner. Maybe didn't know he was there exactly. Looking for a dive, but with Owner here, it's not quite going to happen.
Look what the first dragon was.
Chemtech.
So it can't be a Chemtech soul. You could actually get a useful soul.
True.
Okay, how did this happen? Oh,
oh no.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Well, that can happen.
That is one of the possibilities.
I think the issue was that Faker ran out of health.
That was part of it, yeah.
Doran's having a fun time. And Clear's just, you know, weathering the storm.
Yeah.
Hopefully he has Koenig Rukin soonish. There we go. Okay. Now matchup somewhat playable.
Guess who's back? It is Raptor. This time Faker has his flash, but he doesn't have TP and flash, and he goes back in for the minions.
Yeah, risky.
Yeah, maybe calculated, but he's still down so much.
He lives, though. That's the important thing. Honestly, he's not actually that much down in farm compared to Vikla. So he's also not that... Okay, he's pretty far down in gold.
He's
right?
down both sums.
Yeah.
Fed Jarvan on the
No.
prowl.
Ignore the jungle matchup. That's not his matchup.
Oh, okay.
That's Owner's problem. Focus
a bit selective.
Right? That's not for him to worry about. He only has to worry about the mid matchup, in which he is a little bit down, but it's less than 1,000 gold. And in terms of farm, it's only a couple of waves. Owner vs Raptor, you know what? That's his problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit rough.
That's what I was talking about with T1 in game 2s. BNK is definitely playing this very well, but especially the Owner going and flashing in the play. He was never going to get away, so I think, you know, it's fine if he goes in, but actually flashing to try to make it work.
Okay, Claire has Kainic Rukin now. Now he can walk up and take damage and then still not have fun.
He's having more fun.
Yeah.
Owner's here, and so is Pace, and so is Carry.
Oh my god, he didn't get the cannon. I can't take it.
Faker by himself. Owner is going to get in front of that, but the flash comes in. Carry is not having any of that as he flashes for the hook and the box, and Owner picks up the kill.
I think he probably should have just stayed in the tower, but that's hindsight. He, you know, he did at least get some, but yeah. He went from, he was like, I have my Kainic Rukin, I can finally have no fun allowed. No fun allowed. You're not allowed to have fun. You're a top laner.
So Doran TP's into this one.
He's a lot harder to jump than the Sun.
Yeah, I mean, ult available, flash available.
That's just a thing you can do as Aurora. So, yep. And also, Owner got that kill, so the jungle match not looking nearly as bad.
T1 ahead in gold for now, but once that turret does go down, BNK take the very slight lead. They're going to have the first couple of dragons. And we'll see what the soul ends up being here.
Anything but Ocean.
Yeah. Ocean definitely feels the worst. You do have a Scion, but there are better souls out there. As it's actually going to be T1 who pick up the dragon, as BNK have to back away from that objective.
Oh, they're going to kill him? No.
No. Just going to leave Diablo here. Oh! Hooks around the minions! And the flash comes out from Diablo, but the knockup comes in from Raptor, and that's going to be a kill on Owner. And he even wards the lantern as Pays doesn't want to have to flash this, but he will in the end. The flash over into the Scout of the Week gets the job done. And now Carrion not long for this world either. Double kill goes through for Vikla, who's getting fed in his own right now.
Sometimes, you know, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Great hook from Carrier ends up backfiring completely for the team. Owner goes in on the tower, and things all pan out terribly for T1 there. BNK FEARX punishing, and Vikla and Raptor, this mid-jungle duo, popping off so far. It is Ocean Soul. It is Ocean Soul.
BNK just can't, they just can't catch a break. They got double flags stolen by a Jarvan against Gen G, and now they're getting double worse souls back to back.
Yeah. Devil with some nice side steps here after getting hit by the hook, obviously, which wasn't a nice side step. But then Vikla, the power of Ghost, you know, just runs in, Pays, goes for the flash, but the ult puts all these orbs everywhere for an easy scatter, and then Carrier's trying to peel. To be fair, even if he hadn't gone in to peel, there's no tower, so he was dead.
Doran's trying to 1v4 here in the mid lane. No, he's just clearing the wave.
Yep.
And he does do that effectively.
Raptors 5-0. I mean, it's good, right, for BNK FEARX. Having a strong jungler, having a strong mid. Diablo's not that far behind. This is what I feel like that comp needed to do, right? It's definitely positive, but not completely 100% confident, just based on how some of their games have gone. But it's a good start. Just need to see them continue the momentum.
It's Aura Box.
Yeah.
Drop it in the face of Diablo. Show him who's boss. Diablo's like, oh, okay. Gotta be careful around this.
Carrier was just showing that he's thinking outside of the box, right?
Oh, that's true.
He put the box down and then he walked outside of it.
I think if he stayed inside, it would have not had the same effect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know? That sent a clear message to me. Whether Diablo got the same message, that's another question. We'll have to see if he interpreted it the same way. Maybe there'll be a coach voice comes in to explain it to him.
Yeah.
This is what he meant.
It's pretty important for him to know.
Yeah, and then BNK FEARX like, oh, that's what he meant. Oh. I understand now.
Faker does not win this 1v2, obviously. The stun is going to come down, and eventually Faker will go down. As Vikla picks up a third kill for himself, and Faker a third death with nothing else on his scoreboard.
Yeah, he's having a what we call roughy toughy this game.
Yeah. You know, he used to play a lot of Yone last year, but it wasn't always the best received. You know, fans were always like, not sure about that. He hasn't looked super comfortable on that pick. And to be fair, that's when Faker was kind of struggling back then. He's doing much better nowadays. But the Yone kind of, he's getting bullied again.
I think you can play any pick, right? If you get ganked like 17 times in a row, you're not going to look good on it, right? This has just been a little bit of a bullying situation by Raptor and Vikla. So, you know, sometimes it be that way. Also difficult as a melee champion to evade these situations when you have to walk up to the wave, when you have to exist in lane. Clear. I always feel like with Koenig Rukin, it's very unclear how much health he actually has, especially when he's into an AD champion.
Yeah.
Hard to actually tell from the health bar visually. But he didn't seem to be taking much damage regardless.
Yeah, not too much. I mean, he has Warden's Mail and Giant's Belt as well. He's Scion, so he's just kind of
an LDR on Pays, so that will definitely help cut through some of the bulk. It does have the Giant Slayer part of it now, which is different. It used to be, it was based on like the difference in health between you and your target. Now it's just how much bonus health they have. So pretty good against Jarvan and Scion. We'll definitely get value there. Also, so interestingly, Vikla's gone the Cosmic Drive. We often see this if you go Blackfire Torch, because it procs up your damage. And if you go Blackfire Torch, it's like you get the constant movement speed because of the dots. So interesting we get this combo. I would have thought if you go on Ludens, you go Shadow Flame just for like, I'm going to explode you. Burst damage.
Yeah.
It's kind of like melding both. But I guess wanted that early burst from the Ludens, still wants that ability haste and movement speed from the Cosmic Drive.
He's going to be very fast. I mean, he's got Ghosts as well.
Yeah, almost got 10 stacks on the Dark Seal, so could go for a Medjai's if you're feeling confident.
I don't think I would. Showmaker would.
Oh, well.
I don't think I would.
Yeah.
Faker keeps doing this.
If you're afraid, you wouldn't.
Clear is just being run down the lane. He doesn't very much have a way to trade with Faker, to be honest. It doesn't matter how not fed Faker is or what Clear had to deal with. He built a Koenig Rookern, and now he's dealing with a Yone.
So he has the Randuins, and I think Randuins is actually just a really good item when you're dealing with crit, but Faker actually doesn't have that much crit yet. He has a Blade of the Rune King and like one Agility Cloak, and I know it's doubled for Yone, but even then, it's like he's not critting that much compared to like, you know, I think Randuins is great when you're dealing with like a full build crit AD carry, or you know later when Faker eventually will have IE.
Speaking of bullying, I think this time maybe Vikla's too far away. Although Raptor, I guess, is doing a good job of baiting him into the fight. As Ghost was utilized, Vikla never going to not go in for a play. Does unleash his power, and Faker does get away.
Yeah. Well, Faker definitely looking a lot stronger now, just in general, feeling himself a bit more, going for some heavy trades.
I mean, he's doing it into Scion, who's like...
a punching bag, yes, I know.
Literally nothing. He will be the front line eventually.
But hey, the pace has slowed down a bit, and he's farming up.
I do feel like T1 again, okay, I'm going to take that totally back. We got an aggressive backline TP coming in from Doran. As I was going to say, hey, T1 are definitely slowing this game down. Well, not anymore. It seems like they do want to take an aggressive play here. Doran just going invisible and then walking away. As now, Faker goes for the engage. The Sealed Fate dodges the ult from Clear, but Vikla also dodged the Sealed Fate, so...
Yeah, they will just commit the TPs, back off, and that's all she wrote. So still BNK FEARX with a lead, but it's not that substantial given the point of the game we're in. And I'm feeling, you know, when the game slows down and we start moving later and later, there was another game in which this happened. I don't know if you remember, Brendan. That game had a much bigger lead.
It was 2 days ago, so I've already forgotten.
Yeah, long ago for you?
Yeah, it's Too much has happened between then and now.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Oh, let's just start the Baron. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I guess so.
No AD carry on it makes it a little bit hard to track. And Ona's... Oh, he canceled the recall. They walked into the river and he canceled the recall.
Yeah.
Suspicious?
There it
okay,
is.
blue trinket. You have to back off. You have to back off.
Yep.
You're not going to get it done in time.
They're looking to turn, actually, on Owner. They're not going to get his ult out.
It just takes so long, honestly, that it's really hard to fully commit to it.
Yeah, and think about T1's situation here. They know it takes forever and that they can't really do it, right? They don't have a lot of consistent damage. Like, Syndra and Lucian are not the best at taking Baron. And you've got a great amount of scaling. You also got, importantly, that one dragon. Like, imagine if this were Hextech or Infernal. Like, you got that one mountain, so you're gaining another 5 minutes to just bide your time.
And it's Ocean Soul.
And it's Ocean Soul, right? It's not actually Hextech.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of sitting back, and they don't really care. You know, BNK can try to make these plays. That's why I was surprised that Doran actually went for that DPP, and you can see that they were reluctant to go for it after it was answered.
Well, I think actually part of the logic behind the DPP... Oh.
Just doing Yone things.
Part of the logic behind the deep TP is that Faker has TP.
Yeah.
So by doing that, they forced Clear to match, and then Faker just had so much pressure in the side lane. So I think there's a lot of logic in that.
Yeah, that's the thing about Yone too. You can go 0-3 and fall behind, but yet, like, the Scion can't match you, the Syndra can't match you alone.
And also, Vikla doesn't have TP, so it's uncomfortable having him in the side lane on the other side of the map. So I think the TP play, especially because it's an Aurora, no matter how deep Doran goes, it's almost impossible for them to actually punish him. So I think trading TPs was really paid off for T1 and was really smart.
Yeah.
They're closing the lead in terms of gold. They're doing it again. I mean, it's not as big of a lead, right? They're doing it again.
And it's a different comp for BNK than what we saw from KT. KT had like a full dive comp. The BNK obviously do have some dive elements, but a lot of pick, and they have Lucian, Syndra. They have ways to attack you from range and siege turrets. But they're not really in a position where they're super dominant in taking down inhibitors. They're pretty far away from that. It's a very close game still, as it was like a 3,000 gold lead, I think, and now it's only 600. Gold is not real.
It's fake. Lesson is just pick Smolder every game.
I mean, if T1 are going to play like this...
No, but then you lose lane, and then it's just miserable.
Well, Faker lost lane. You can just play it mid and die 3 times, fine. As long as you're stacking.
They're so smart, actually.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of LCK.
Doran is on a ward, so maybe they're going to try and one-shot him. They did just pick up double Infinity Edge for both Faker and Pays. I mean, Double got his 2, but Vikla's not got his Happy Hat yet. He's sitting on 2 large rods. Oh! It's a cannon.
All right, it's over.
Especially when you're bad, like, you know, it never feels good, but like, he's trying to get Rabadons. That's the worst time.
Faker's getting Crystalline Overgrowth in the side lane.
He's 0-3-0, and he's just... How is this okay?
It's just the Yone things. It's part of why you pick the Yone, I guess. To just have this threat in the side lane and not be too answerable once he gets a couple of items at least. Even just the Borg generally, but now at the Infinity Edge, it's even more obnoxious.
He did take some damage there from the tower, but never from clear.
Yone is a lot of fun. And you can tell that BNK are like, well, what do we do? Because they tried to go for the Baron. It got spotted. They had to peel off of it. They can't deal with the Yone. They're trying to start fights, but they can't. Because T1 are not giving them an opportunity. And they don't have great engage either. Like, they have Jarvan.
But they're into a Thresh, and everyone has sums.
So, like, what do you do?
This is their solution.
Poke Doran down. I mean, he nearly dies, actually. Has to get healed at the very end. Has TP.
They're like, is this enough? Is this enough? Should we Baron? What should we do?
Push mid?
Hit the tower? Baron? Everything? Something. Raptor's like, Baron? Guys?
This looks like solo queue where the jungler's like, guys, we're doing Baron. He's like pinging it over and over, and everybody else just leaves. Well, they are going to do Baron. And with the Scryers, they are going to spot this happening.
Oh, they're
TP's coming in.
They're committing.
Yeah, they're committing this time. A lot of damage into Owner. And so that's going to be a little bit more difficult for him to actually get in, as Owner is thinking about it, has to go into his ultimate ability. Doran doing some poke down, and they're all in the pit, but they still get the Baron, and Clear does a great job of zoning for the team. Faker lines up two. He's going very deep, but he's zoning, so he gets away. As Diablo carefully just going to ride that line, and so they get Baron for just one death.
Okay, that's fine. That's good. Good pickup from BNK FEARX. Decent amount of summoners burn, but you know T1 also used 2 flashes on the solo laners. Question is now, what can you do with the Baron? This was a little bit scary. Vikla gets the ult onto Owner, which makes him low and makes it way harder to approach. Clear is like, I know what my job is. I have the big shield, TPing, I ult Owner, I walk into everyone, and I am a punching bag. Yeah. Doran's so hard to punish, and the Lantern was great as well. Faker nearly getting a big play, but forcing summoners out. But the thing is now, Baron's worth less gold. So the Red Bull Baron power play is currently 340 gold. T1 are ahead. So again, they need to get more out of this. It's not enough just to have gotten Baron.
Yeah.
They need to translate this into a little bit more. They are pushing mid currently.
Yeah, BNK just have to do things, right? Like, you can just do things with Baron. It does feel like they were able to finally figure out, okay, we got to do the Baron. And they figured that, they did that. But now, with the Baron, you have to get at least some turrets. You have to get some more gold. You have to do something. It's actually T1 who are engaging onto this. Owner going in. Diablo going to get rooted up and hooked, but he still stays alive. Owner, though, not taking any damage. As the Q is going to land there onto that back line as Faker goes back in. A stun on a Faker. Owner super low as now the Between Worlds comes in and Doran is here to party. Although it is going to be Xinjiang the first one to go down, as Raptor had his GA, so he is going to live.
That was close. It's a 1-0 for BNK FEARX. A good pickup there. And with Soul in 15 seconds.
Doran, he's looking for the one-shot combo.
Raptor.
Oh, what auto! Could do it, and there it is! 1,090 gold! That goes over to Doran!
Huge shutdown, and Baron's up. I mean, not Baron, Dragon's up, Soul's up.
Yeah.
I know we said that Ocean Soul's not that important, but it's still, you wanted to get it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, oh, they don't have vision of this brush. The hook comes through. Vikla, he might just die here. Big burst damage, though, from Diablo. Takes out the AD carry, and Diablo, the hope of the team. He's going to push Faker back on the Yone, and now the stun comes in on Adoran, who is not long for the world. And double kill goes to Diablo.
Clutches it when they need it most. Manages to find the angle. Now, though, they have to finish off the Dragon before Ona can get there. I don't think
they can.
It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. He doesn't have flash. He doesn't have flash. He has to hit a W to get over the...
Oh, Emilio, you troll.
He has to hit a W. Don't let him over the wall. Guys, you have to hit the Dragon.
Uh-oh. Well, he's going to go into that ult, as now he's got some help from Faker. That's not actually going to help. Maybe Faker gets the Dragon. Oh. No, goes over to Diablo, and he gets the kill too. Diablo puts the team on his back the last minute here.
Okay, Diablo just completely clutched that play. And you know what? I was thinking both Sion and Lucian came off. I was like, is Kellen soloing the Dragon? They just stopped all damage off it, which was a smart play. BNK FEARX, this is such a crazy passage of play. Everything slowed down to like, not even walking, crawling plays for such a long time. It felt like they couldn't see the way to close out the game. And it literally took such a mammoth effort from the AD carry to get them over the... Oh, do not die right now. It's taken such a mammoth effort from the AD carry to get them over the line. And it's still not done. But they are approaching. They've broken the base finally.
Yeah.
31 minutes, they have Soul, they have a gold lead, 2.5k, which is not that much at this point of the game. But I want to see what the AD carry buys now after this. This was crazy though, this fight. Diablo here was focused down, gets knocked up, manages to flash away, gets rooted. I thought he was dead. The cleanse from Kellen is massive to save him.
Right after the hook too.
Yeah, and then he reapproaches in here, and actually what's this dash? He dashes just before he gets hit by Doran's ult, so he dodges the damage. Otherwise, I don't think it would. I don't know if it would have killed him, honestly. It does a lot of damage. I think he would have survived, but it would have been very low. And here, ends up focusing down Pays, kills Kerry as well. dodges away from that Q from Faker, dodges away from that damage from Doran, and then pushes in, confident he can take down Doran with no cooldowns.
Got a little play here. The box is down. Keria asking for some help, but guess who? It's Diablo. He's back. Has Vikla in a bit of trouble here. Does go Zhonya's.
He can flash, I think.
Yeah. And now Doran's like, uh-oh, what am I going to do? Get cataclysmed. No, it's down. But it's still Jarvan, and eventually, okay, he's going to elect to flash away.
If he just keeps chasing him, I think getting Doran... Oh, he can just kill him. Okay, yeah. That's even better.
At the scanner.
Yeah, you'll do that. Diablo's still here. He has a lot of... He has double BF still in his inventory. Because why not? He's very strong right now, and they just don't really have an answer. Kellen's still with cooldowns. And you know, we said this series might just be about these 80 carries. It has been.
Pays in game 1. Diablo absolutely here in game 2. Or at least the important parts of game 2, which is like the last 4 minutes. So, they're going to have a lot into Clear, but he's not the main guy. It's all about Diablo here, as Clear is taking up quite a lot, though. He is getting pretty low, as even the Moonlight Vigil does come through from Pays. We got Zombie Scion now. They're going to take down the turret, as Owner is still going in there, but Diablo getting into the circle. Dodge! The sealed fates. And he's just living behind the ranks of T1. It doesn't seem to care. Takes down a Pays, but eventually can't pull off a miracle. And maybe just a little bit too aggressive as we got TP coming in. And Vikla, I don't know if he's getting out of this one. Nope, not with the ult available here for Doran. The Between Worlds will take him down with that last auto. And just a little bit too aggressive, but BNK did so much damage in that base.
Yeah, and I think wave state, they can't end with the death timers. They can go Baron, though. That was a little bit too far. Feeling himself a little bit too much.
I was getting hit, though. That was cool.
Yeah, that was...
But it might lose them the game.
It hasn't lost them the game.
Not yet.
Not yet. This was a little bit crazy. Clear a bit too deep, and Pays does have a lot of damage to that Scion. He is getting shredded, and Diablo just... You know what? I respect aggression. This was a bit too much. He's like, I'm going to be inside the Xin Zhao ult to make this work. He gets super close to Faker and dodges away. He's like, I'm trusting my mechanics, but Lucian does not have much range. He is like, I'm going to kill Pays. I'm going to trade with him. There's 3 people next to you.
But he got Pays.
He
showed Pays.
When you're playing an Enchanter and you have to be close enough to your 80 carry to like buff them, and then they do something crazy and they die, and you're like, well, I'm next.
Oh, what a sad time. It is. So T1 did get the Baron. They're like 500 gold. Again, gold is kind of whatever, especially at this point, like actually.
Okay, Bloodthirster picked up for Diablo, so big spike. GA picked up now for Pays.
Yeah, I saw him buy a GA. I guess he went back on it, undid it, and got a BT.
He's like, if I'm dying, game's over. And Bloodthirster, I want to shield. Okay, so Elder's up in a minute, and it's going to be really hard for them to take this tower, but their strategy is just keep them trapped in the base. They have super minions pushing in top and mid. If they can just keep them trapped in the base, it's going to be really hard for T1 to contest Elder. And, you know, Elder's just game ending at this point. With 2 inhibs down, should be good. Happy Hat picked up there by Doran.
All right, a lot of eyes on Diablo. There's that extra range, and he is not scared to use it. Doran gets in there. Oh, look at that burst on a Diablo.
Okay.
Maybe that's what the BT's for.
Yeah, got to give up some space. Does have a lot of sustain between him and Kellen, so he does heal up.
All right, Culling going to come out, but eventually is blocked by the minions.
Yeah, the Baron minion's honestly very helpful for blocking Cullings. 10 seconds on the Elder, so I imagine at some point BNK FEARX will start to move towards that. Will they set a trap in the jungle is the question.
It's a bit of a standoff here between all the members on the Rifts. Faker pulls.
Nice.
Oh, he's going in, and he wants Diablo, forces the flash just like that. Diablo down his flash here. The hook is going to miss. Pays going head to head with Diablo is very scary. But the damage from range comes in from the Aphelios, and Clear is going to go down. Most importantly, they take out the frontline tank, and now BNK down a member. What do they do?
That dash in from Keria was crazy. And now top lane are down for BNK FEARX, so super long timer there. They're going straight for the Elder.
Yep.
Raptors to try and make this happen. 12,000, 10,000 health.
Oh, Doran has the angle here, gonna chunk Kellen. Nearly gets hit by the Aphelios, and the Moonlight Vigil also gonna be dodged, but Diablo has to step up. He's not quite able to, though. Taking it slowly, Raptor looking for the steal, it's a flip, it goes to Owner! And this guy does not lose!
How does it keep happening?
It doesn't make any sense. They can't keep getting away with this.
It just happens every time. Oh my god. You know what? It's just a circus. It's just a circus. And you know what? They are entertaining. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. How does this keep happening? Well, we'll get to see. This was insane. Because I was like, oh, this is a good move from Clear. And then Carrier goes in. And he's throwing a lot to. He's like, Pays, come with me. Pays is like, buddy, calm down.
Thanks, bro.
And then Doran's got this angle on the side. They just shred through Clear. And then the thing is, because look at the vision on the map. All of the vision from BNK FEARX is really pushed up. So they have no vision here. It's really hard for them to approach because they didn't actually have any vision in the pit. And like, Diablo nearly gets killed by this turret here.
Yeah.
And then Faker ults into the pit to kill the... They just flip the Elder.
Yeah,
they just flip it. Yeah, why not?
Oh boy, here we go. Everything's burning. Doran's getting in. And Raptor is already so low. He's got to be careful. One more tick of damage and he is out of the game.
Okay, one thing is they have a minute on the Elder, and it's a minute 40 till Baron. So if they can just clear waves. The base hasn't been broken yet. If they can just clear waves, they have a Syndra, might be able to hold on to the game.
They will.
How does this game 2?
So the game between T1 and KT was 46 minutes and 36 seconds.
Is this going to keep happening? Is this like going to be a consistent theme?
I mean, it feels like T1 identifies positions where they will win a late game, and they're confident that they can as well in their own ability to, and also in their champions. And they say, well, let's just not do anything. They can't take Baron. They can't get Elder very fast. Let's just wait until Elder spawns, and then we'll fight.
Sure. I mean, yeah, why not?
Inhibitors aren't real. Nexus turrets, they respawn now.
Yeah, let's just give them a gold lead in Soul and just flip it at Elder. Yeah, why not? You know what? Next time you queue up a solo queue game, why don't you pitch that to your teammates? I'm sure it'll go well.
I don't talk to my teammates.
That's a good call, honestly.
Yeah, I'd rather not. Damage dealt. Diablo's up there with Doran and Pays. Doran!
Ooh. One thing I am noticing as a pretty significant issue, Vikla doesn't have a Void Staff. It's 40 minutes into the game. And he doesn't have a Void Staff. That is not good.
You can see here that a lot of flashes are down for BNK. Only the one on the side of T1, which is Pays, as Doran immediately going to ult out there. Good respect from him, but now he's very far away from his team.
They are far from Baron, though. Guys, this is going down quick.
Yeah, they're just not here. The Baron's going to go over. T1 gets the Baron, and now T1 want to go for the turn. Doran does not have Between Worlds. And in goes Owner right onto Vikla. He is not scared as Diablo is very much willing to go into that circle if you let him. Gonna take him down in the GA. And so now Owner in a little bit of trouble. Faker goes on in, gets that engage on the Diablo. But look at the sustain from this Lucian. Does not die to the Yone as they finally take down Clear. And Pays Key, he is still very much alive. Doran as well on the backside with carry of a Pays. Takes the Lantern over to Raptor. Is still kiting this one out with Doran, but I think Doran is not very long for this world. He will go down. The kiting comes out for Pays. Takes down the 80 carry, but I mean, there's no way he lives for very much longer, right? I mean, he's still running.
Wait, the tower's up.
Yeah, just looking for the execute, I guess.
But I mean, execute doesn't really do anything at this point. They're gonna end the game.
Yeah. Well, he's going to go down, and Raptors pushing mid.
Okay, so they don't get away with it again. BNK FEARX, make them pay. You can't just give them Soul and just flip Elder and win the game. You can't keep getting away with it. They punish them. Although, actually, I say that Owner and Faker are about to be up.
I feel like they should be able to.
They should be able to end. They have a lot of damage. They have a lot of damage.
They end this.
Owner's going to try. Faker's going to try.
I mean, Owner's got his ult, importantly. Just gets stunned, and now he goes into his ult. We got TPs coming in. Faker is here, but he's not all that tanky. The flash away by Diablo should seal the deal. As Faker going to flash away himself. Keria can't do anything, and we will be going to a game number 3. As T1, they play with their food once again. This time, it does not pay off as BNK take down T1.
I mean, I have to respect the perseverance